We're here live, all my amazing, amazing people here at YouTube. This is Micro Purchasing Myths to Money. This is my first time using a third-party platform to go live, so I want to make sure that everything is showing up appropriately. You all have me here, and I just want to say hello. Okay, I know y'all love my singing. You can say you don't like it. It's still cute. I promise you I carry a note. So if you're here, please say hi. Hi, Everything by John. Yes, I love it. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, and we have more. Okay, hello. Oh, we got Everything by John. Yes, I'm serious. I'm on here. So what I'm going to do, because I wasn't able to share my screen before, hello everyone. I'm so glad that you all are here. Is that I'm going to share my screen and start going over some opportunities on Unisom. But here's the deal. I have been asked by many people, can I have a micro purchase proposal? Can you talk about micro purchases? Can you please talk about these? So, and hello, everyone. I love this, that you're here. And so I thought it'd be important to address this. So let's get into this, y'all. And I'm big on bonfire for government contracts. Okay, and I'm glad you're asking questions. And so for those of you who are like, who is this beauty? Y'all, there's a little more humidity than normal here in Muskegon, so my hair is on the bigger side. But my name is Dr. Kizzy Parks. I've been awarded well over $70 million federal government contracts, and I'm here to help you all learn how to find, bid, and win profitable contracts and live the life you've always dreamed of living. Bonfire for Gov contracts. You have to provide more information. I'm not really sure what that is. So if you provide more information, I can take a look. And also, Everything by John, I'm gonna have to contact some new businesses because apparently they don't want to be interviewed. So, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what that's all about, but don't worry, I'm gonna find someone. So in terms of micro purchase, so in theory, a micro purchase in the federal government, it's good to see you too. Just Lane, so glad you're here. In theory, it is a purchase that, listen, according to this amazing interweb, it's they raised the threshold to $10,000. Okay. They don't want to be interviewed for the micro purchase. Oh, sorry, for real estate. But I'll try some more. Don't worry, I don't give up easily. I was just blending topics. So again, for those of you just joining, we're talking about micro purchasing myths to money, because everyone's asking, how do I get a micro purchase? What do I do? We have a template. How do I get these micro purchases? Like, where are they? Where are they hiding? What can I find a micro purchase? So let's break it down. First and foremost, it's typically something that costs $10,000 or less, period. So let's take a step back, y'all. Let's take a step back. Take a step back. So if you bid on something, be it Unisom, be it sam.gov, look, extra cords. Listen, I come prepared. Got extra cords everywhere. Unisom, sam.gov, and your total for what you're providing is less, $10,000 or less. Isn't that a micro purchase? So it's not so much about the dollar amount. It's about what you offer, the value you offer, as well as it is about also relationships. So here's what I mean, okay? There is no website that you can go to find micro purchases. There's no like micropurchase.gov. And oh, Zohar, look at you. So good to see you. All the way in Canada. I love it. And then the Alan is best. Please share more with me about the bonfire stuff. So, okay, so there's no website that you can theoretically go to, but what there is, I'm going to share with you how this really works. Okay. If you guys want to know how it really works, type yes in the comments. If you want to really know how micro purchases really work, type yes in the comments. Okay, I think there's a bit of a delay. Okay, so hey, as long as I get one yes, we're going. Okay, good, good, good. So this is how it really works. I'll give you at least 2 examples. There was this particular woman with Homeland Security, Border Customs and Border Patrol, and she needed a training. So she contacted my team and said, I'm authorized. Okay, cool. And I'll talk to you about it. So she said, I'm authorized, I believe her limit, I'm just checking, I think it was maybe $3,500 at that time, to spend $3,500 on a training with a government credit card. Cool. That's cool. So at that point in time, we said, we can make this work, not a problem. In return, she has asked for some basic information. Basic, like what is the class going to cost? Maybe can I have a outline or an agenda or something of that nature? That was it. Okay. And we were awarded the contract and they paid with a credit card. So in theory, is that a micro purchase? Yes, because it's under $10,000. Recently, there's an organization who wants something and their budget is basically $10,000 because that's the current micro purchase threshold. We met through a capability brief. The woman I just shared, I think we met just through training and development. It was just something of that nature. So this other woman I met through a capability brief. Hello, Matthew. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited y'all are here. And she mentioned that she needed training. And so I shared what we're able to do. And next thing you know, she asked for basically just a breakdown. So we provided a very just basic breakdown in a Word document with our logo on it. So I really want that to sink in. There's no template. These were through relationships. Does that mean every micro purchase is through a relationship? Not whatsoever, not at all. It doesn't mean that at all. Okay? It doesn't. It helps because since they can spend $10,000, and I believe at that time with the first example it was $3,500, they have a go-to. So they knew, okay, I need to buy something. Here's the go-to, KPC. Bam, it works out. Then you have, as Poverty Czar has mentioned, Unison Marketplace. And I'm going to get to that here in just a second, because for some reason, it seems like Unison is being like, the word unison is being used interchangeably with micro purchase. And I just want everyone to know that just because something is on unison.com, that's not the website, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't go there. Don't go to that website. I don't think that's not their website. Just because it's on Unison does not mean it's $10,000 or less. That's what that means, okay? It doesn't mean that. So this is what it really means. A micro purchase just means, hey, it's under $10,000. We don't have as many rules and regulations because it's a smaller dollar amount. That's all it means. So the more relationships you have, the easier it is to say, oh, we need chargers for our computer. I'm going to go to you because it's easier to go somebody I know. Oh, I need Post-its. I'm going to go to you because it's easier because I know you. Oh, I need some highlighters. I'm going to go to you. Oh, I need pens. I'm going to go to you. Whatever it is. As long as it's under that threshold, it's this micro purchase, and it makes things easier for the federal government to procure. It makes it easier for them to buy. So number one myth is there's no place to go to find these. And for those of you joining here on Micro Purchasing Myths to Money, my name is Dr. Kizzy Parks. I've been awarded over $70 million in federal government contracts. Instead, one of the keys to getting micro purchases is being known. When organizations know who you are, know, like, and trust, and already know you are the go-to, then spending increments of 10,000 or less is easier because they know you. Or if you're on a contract vehicle, like a GSA schedule, oh, you've been vetted by the government. It's easier to go to you. Because especially on the training and development side, there are a ton of different like onesie twosies kind of opportunities that pop up. And hey, $10,000, somebody may only charge $2,000 for a whole day of training. $10,000 could maybe get an agency almost a whole week of training, depending. So what I'm going to show you all, we're going to go over Unison, because the other myth is that Unison is a place of micro purchases. Unison is a nice, easy platform. Number one, that organization is a government contractor. They receive money to place all these opportunities online so that the federal government is saving money because they pitch this as a reverse auction. So in theory, Unison is a great marketplace for the federal government to sell the unusual at a discount, y'all, at a discount. So does that mean every bid on there is 10,000 or less? Of course not at all. I remember we once bid on Oculus headsets. I think it was going to be a couple $100,000. But one of the things that some people underestimate, and that is what it will cost you. So hold on to that. We're gonna get into that. So if you have any questions, let me know, because I'm gonna get closer to my screen. I'm gonna get my wrist guard on. This is what happens when you work in telemarketing too long. You get carpal tunnel. Don't worry, I don't have nerve damage. And also tonight is a special night. Let me get this out like a magician. So I got my 10-year sobriety coin. So it's quite beautiful. Oof. So the best way to celebrate being sober is by giving and expressing gratitude. And I'm grateful to every single one of you for being here on a Friday night. Y'all could be doing anything and you're here. You're amazing. Again, my name is Dr. Kizzy Parks, in case you're new here, and we're talking about micro purchasing, myths to money. Question. So I'm going over it now, and there's a reason I don't teach a class, because it's not about the micro purchase. The answer is yes. Yes, you can. It all depends on the requirements. If a construction project doesn't require a contractor's license, then by all means. Or thank you so much, Breezy CC, for the congratulations. Or you may be able to use a license of your sub. Let me move everything here. So we're going to go on Unison. What I plan on doing, because during one of my lives, I believe it was a Kizzy Shopping Network, which I hold Sundays at 9 p.m. During the Kizzy Shopping Network, I talked about maybe going live for like several hours on Unison so you could like see me working, or just in general. I'm thinking of doing that maybe in like 2 weeks. So right now, oh, thank you, Everything by John. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. I love the super chat. And again, thank you all, because this is my first time using Restream. I'm not even sure if it's showing how it's showing up on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it. How much markup can you add on a price? You can add whatever markup you desire, Kevin. I mean, unless otherwise. Now, some government opportunities may ask you about your profit, but I'll put it like this. In my coaching, I go over pricing strategies. So that's the best way to put it. I'm going to tackle the micro purchasing remark as I'm going into Unison. So we can share my screen here, and shout out to, there was somebody who left a comment where, okay, let me just make sure you guys can, wait a minute, you guys see me too. Gotta get all this cuteness here. Where am I on the side? I don't really like that. Is that one okay? Does that one work for you guys? I don't know if you can move my face. Okay, well, okay, great. If this works, just let me know. I think the other one's like too much orange and purple. Okay, so this is Unison Marketplace. I'm going to provide the link here. Now, I have to, for those watching the Restream, I'm not sure if this chat will stay there, so I have to add this there, because again, this is my first time using Restream, so just be patient with me. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. So you have to sign up to get into Unison, is what you have to do. Did it? I don't think it, here, let me go here, you guys. Just 1 second. Stop sharing. Let me go here. Window. Site will see the contents of your screen. Home tab. Okay, got it. Okay. I'm working with how this works on the sharing screen, so thank you for your patience. So the website I was just on, it then takes you to the login page. Oh, but I'm already logged in though. Oh my goodness, you guys. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm like, we already done logged in. We've already logged in. Hold on. You can't see it, but I promise you we've already logged in. It's to sell. I see why. Okay, so we logged in. This is the seller dashboard. So we are totally logged in. You must have a cage code. And right now, people are getting cage codes in like 2 weeks. So let me go here. Make sure you can see what I can see. So you see here, you have the dashboard, opportunities, bids, awards, your account. You can see your company name, UEI, all that kind of information is there. They even have a phone number. They have an email. Remember, they are a government contractor, so they make money by us winning opportunities. Oh man, Shanae, wow, watch out. Look at that. Dang, thank you so much. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. And y'all follow Shanae Moray on LinkedIn. If you haven't followed her, please make sure you do. Please make sure you do. So here's what's key on here. They want to help you. They want to help you. So this is one of the platforms where they definitely want to help you, and you definitely want to be able to email and call them. You can see all of the opportunities that are listed here. So let's take a look at the categories, you all, let me see how many you can see at once, because I think you can see it. Yeah. Which category would you like me? Okay. Okay, so Bonfire may be a platform. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. You'll have to maybe email me at chat@kizzyparks.com, chat@kizzyparks.com. Email me the link. And also, if you haven't grabbed my book already, pre-order the book. This is the only time you're going to get all of these add-ons. You get a sample chapter, you get a proposal checklist, a beginner's checklist, you get videos at winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com. Definitely should go there. So I'll put the link here in a second. So which category would you like me to look under? So we have hospitality, IT, construction, professional services, janitorial, recreational. Is there any category you want me to open in particular? Let me know. My default is always professional services, but this is not about me. This is about everyone here. Okay, construction. Cool. What's up, Big Lax? Okay. Excuse me. Let's go into construction. Okay. So here in construction, there's 59 buys. And you can see it's in order from when it ends. Because we are in the fourth quarter of the government fiscal year, you're going to see more opportunities. I don't know why that volume button just showed there, but okay, I'm working with this. Okay. So let's take one that's not as in-depth. Wooden pallets. Sure you guys can see that. Okay. So this is due, we have 89 hours. It's due on the 1st of August. They want wooden pallets. They want 840 pallets. Wooden pallets, a total 840 delivered. But then it looks like the quantity is 3,360. So what's important is when you go on here, you want to see who's buying it. Department of Homeland Security. When is it due? It's due August 1st. Is this set aside? You look down here. Yes, it's only for small businesses. Every single one of you should be of a small business. Then you're looking for the basis of award or contract method. So the way that they're going to grade this is by cost. So if you, number one, if you don't have money to buy these pallets or you don't have the ability to get them at a very inexpensive rate, do not bid on something like this. So this is putting aside micro purchase. I have no idea where to start. This is putting all of that aside. If you don't have the money and you can't get this at the lowest rate, you keep moving, keep it moving. Don't even worry about it. And that's not only for Unison, it's in general for federal government contracting. You know, right now somebody has reached out and they don't have the money to purchase what's needed for the federal government. You can work with the federal government and they'll be flexible with you, but it's something where it just puts you in a situation of where they're like, oh gosh, do we want to work with them again, right? You can turn it around. You can let them know, hey, I'm new to this. I didn't realize. I appreciate your patience, right? There's things you can do. But when you're in this space, especially when we're talking about products, you want to make sure you have the money. Because even if this was a micro purchase, it's under $10,000, well, you're going to have to front the $10,000 to buy the stuff. Are you prepared for that? That's what's key. So as you can see, a lot of it is like AC units, lights tower, pharmaceutical refrigerator. This might be a good one. South Dakota? The National Guard, South Dakota, small business set aside. They need a pharmaceutical refrigerator freezer. So they need 3 of them that meet that requirement and 1 that meets this requirement. If you're into flipping refrigerators and you want to put a little markup on here, this could be the deal for you. And then when you look at the instructions, I don't really see in here that it's lowest cost. Now let's take a look. So they put it down here. The other myth is, oh, they just need a price. I was giving them a price. And okay, you have to read, right? I don't know how to say this in any other way, but you still have to read, or at least glean this. You got to review it. So now we know they're going to the quote who conforms to or exceeds and is the best value. So they're telling you, I don't know why that me guide me is there. I guess again okay, cool. So now we see if you have any help, it's there. Okay, cool. So if you were to bid on this and it's due August 4th and you're able to pay up front for these refrigerators, you're able to find the manufacturer of these refrigerators, you can add a markup because it says best value. You can add 20%, 30%, shoot at 50% if you want. It's ultimately up to the government. Can you just buy new, have them shipped there and put 30% on top? Yeah. They're telling you exactly what they want. They want these 3 refrigerators and then they want 1 of the other refrigerators. Of course. There's a video I did with this individual named Jerry, and that's exactly what he does. Is he purchases medical products and he flips them to the VA. In case you want to get the book, winnerswaybook.com. Don't forget, y'all, this is the best time to get it. Okay. So again, the key is the upfront money. So going back to where do we start? Are you going to do a class on micro purchases? Things of that nature. Look, I feel I'm at this place where it's like, I don't know what I would teach you when it comes to micro purchases because there's no place to go, right? Like, so going back to my examples, I didn't say to these agencies like, hey, what can I do for you that's a micro purchase? It's more about what is it that you need that I can help fulfill, I can help source. What is the value I can bring to you? So if I offered you a course on micro purchasing, it would be fraudulent because what am I going to, the skills that I would teach you in micro purchasing, you would use in general because I never say like, oh, let's do a micro purchase deal. Like, does that make sense? It wouldn't land. It just isn't exactly how the business is done. Now you can say, hey, there are purchases you want to use a credit card on, but again, it depends on also what they're buying. I don't know how much these refrigerators cost. I have no freaking idea. But in theory, couldn't these 4 refrigerators be considered a micro purchase? But you still have to give them a price quote. So, going back to where to start. So for something like this right here, you would just give them a price quote. You just give them a price quote. You would say line item 001, each quantity is $500, and line item 002, each quantity is $600. And there's an Excel sheet. I think I'm going to have to, let me see if you guys can see this. You probably can't. Just give me a second. Okay, perfect. So this Excel sheet is right there in Unison. I'm not gonna lie, this stop auto bid at, I sometimes don't really feel all that fill all that out. And I'm going to tell you why. I mean, you can definitely tell them when to stop the rebidding at, because remember, this is a reverse auction. They're trying to get this at the lowest price. So, and maybe this is why I haven't really, let's see, stop sharing. Okay. And maybe this is why I haven't really won on Unisom. Listen, I'm not here to lie to you guys. I keep it real. But I need to get in with them. Like, if I could, I would want to get the phone number for the point of contact in South Dakota. And there is like a questions and response section. I would want to get in contact with them. Like, I would go so far to contact Marketplace support and just say, hey, do you have their contact information? Because that's one way to separate yourself. Okay, so these are some really good questions. So I'm going to stop sharing. And if any of you have won on Unisom, please by all means share some of your tips. I know somebody recently who won on Unisom. He's in my Facebook group. So one of the ways to best contact me, you can send an email at chat@kizzyparks.com. chat@kizzyparks.com. And for those of you just joining, my name is Dr. Kizzy Parks, and I have won over $70 million in federal government contracts, and I'm here to help y'all. I'll be on for a little longer. I'm celebrating 10 years of sobriety, meaning I'm going to bed early. So, woohoo! Oh my God. It's so funny. Okay. I took that same approach and won 2 catering contracts with the National Guard. I was able to sub out, won it on Unisom. Dang, daily hustle. I love that. So share more about the approach that you took. What did you put in that Excel sheet when it was like rebids or whatever bids start and stop at? The other thing, and y'all will see here in a second, is Unisom buys more than catering and construction things. There's actually a full-time position available with the Air Force right now in Unisom. And the only reason we're not bidding on it is because it seems rigged, meaning that they probably know who they want. But let's say I was able to find out who this person was, meaning get their resume and get all this information. That's a pretty lucrative position. That's probably easily a $150,000 contract. Thank you so much for y'all being so sweet to me. And thank you again for the super chats. So right here, NDA, and there was the question here, what do you say? Okay, so I'm gonna go after both of these. NDA, I like to have an NDA early on. There are NDAs that you can put together where it connects both parties, where you're both it covers both of you to not disclose on both ends. I like having that early. There's also a teaming agreement. I only give a teaming agreement if it involves services, meaning a person's doing the thing. So for CV, typically this is the kind of the approach I would take. I would take the approach of, like, we lost our pretty background. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. I was like, why is this pretty background so different? Okay, we're gonna change this up. Make it a little blue today. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm feeling more home now. I was like, wiping on my color. So I would take the approach of where you're trying to decrease their concern that you're trying to scam them. So it could be something in the extent of, my name is Kizzy, and I would love to talk to someone concerning price quotes and reselling. You have to say, concerning price quotes and reselling. Who's the best person to talk to? They may say, oh, that's me, or that's Mary. Okay, Mary, I share something with you. And please, I know if I was in your shoes, I would wonder who is calling me. My name is Dr. Kizzy Parks, and I'm with KPC, and the federal government, they buy tons of unusual things, and I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to help make you money, actually. And so they want these design laptop things, and I've heard you're the go-to for design laptops, and I would love to get a price quote for 1,000 of them because the Air Force would like to buy 1,000. And what would happen is let's say I win the contract, and I would buy these 1,000 laptop design things from you. And I would just love to be able to get that price quote. And I understand you may already have a designated reseller, and you don't know me whatsoever. So I get it. If you don't want to provide me a price quote, I mean, I can figure something out. I mean, but you all are the go-to, and this is really who the Air Force wants to work with. And so by basically what you're doing is you're lowering your status so that they're going to want to work with you. Oh, no, oh, no, that's not the case. We would love to, who'd you say, the Air Force? And then they'll tell you, they may say, yeah, I would love to do this, but we already have an exclusive relationship with Jones Resell. But what's key is when it comes to products and you're trying to get a deal is you have to lower your status, because manufacturers and distributors are making money off of volume. They're making money off the organizations buying millions of these. So if you want 1,000, I mean, yeah, they're going to make some money, but not as much as millions. So it's being human. It's definitely stroking their ego. It's even changing your tone. Not, oh my God, hi, I would like to call about it. And then it's like, oh my God. Then you come across like, how are you so happy? That freaks people out. You don't have to be like, hi, my name is Kizzy. It's just more level. You're professional. You can say, hey, if you want, how about I can get your email address and send you the exact specs of what they're looking for because they love the orange one. And you can do all of that, because then it comes across as like, oh, okay, this makes way more sense. Because there's a lot of people who are out there saying like, oh, you just middleman. So more than likely, a lot of these manufacturers are getting people who are calling to get price quotes, and then at the end of the day, may not realize that you have to buy these from them. You got to buy them from them. So you have to have the money to buy them. And they don't want their time to be wasted. Nobody does. So these are some things to just put into consideration. And you prove you're not a scammer by just talking to them, because you're not getting anything from them. Like, all you're asking for is a price quote. You didn't ask them for like their social security number. Yeah, more professionals, down to earth, like easy breezy. You can do all of that. Okay, this is a good one. Let me see this too. I walked my price back. Okay, cool. So for those of you who are just joining, my name is Dr. Kizzy Parks. I've been awarded, my companies have been awarded over $70 million federal government contracts. We were actually just awarded a training contract. It's a smaller contract. Small. I mean, please don't ever look. $1 is $1. It's a $40,000 contract we just got with Florida National Guard for training. So for those of you just joining, we've been talking about Unison, because one of the myths is that micro purchasing, that's what Unison is. And to another point, Unison makes money by having federal agencies. It's predominantly, I've seen a lot of defense, but we just saw Department of Homeland Security. They make money by having the opportunities on there, and they make money from the sell. So their team rallied government agencies to use the platform. No different than us. We're trying to encourage the government to buy from us. So Daily Hustle 365 mentioned that they won a catering contract off of Unison. And I said, can you break it down and share more information? So, okay, so I'm going to go back so I have everything here. So Daily Hustle said that they took the highest quote from the caterers, and of course it lagged. So you'll notice on Unison, it'll say lead, lag, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, which is great. I walked my price back $1,000 until I was in the lead. And once I won, for example, say my winning bid was $40K, I found the caterer that was able to do the job knowing and understanding what my profit is. And that's awesome, because remember what Daily Hustle did. Daily Hustle took, hold on one second, the highest quote. So although Daily Hustle decreased it by 1,000, still covered. And that's a great move. And it's great that you watch the lead and lag. That's the other thing. This is not a set it and forget it. This is not some Ron Popeil throwback. Look, it's not. It's cool that you did that. And then another kind of technique that y'all can do, you can either further renegotiate. You can go to the caterer and say, okay, I know that you had said it's going to cost you $20,000 to do this. Well, the government, they had to cut some things out, and I can only pay you $17,500 or $18,500. And sometimes they'll say, okay, I'll take it. And this is after you win, because once you've won, it's easier to negotiate. And somebody may say to you, listen, I just can't do it at that amount. That's fair. That's totally fair. But then there are others who are like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll definitely do it at that amount. That's another technique to further increase your revenue. And also depending upon the different agreements that you have in place. The NDA, I personally only use NDAs for services. I don't use it on products, but that's up to you. Okay. So we've talked about how does Unison, talked about that. They have the relationships, they create the relationships. And so Unison, Tony, is for all opportunities of all dollar values. There is no micro purchasing website at the federal government level. Okay, so Daily Hustles, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I love that. And also contact me. I would love to learn more and possibly interview you. That'd be really cool. Let's see. I was able to be picky on who I use. That's awesome. And that's the other point, is since Daily Hustle had multiple quotes, I'm assuming at least 3, then that way you're not stuck with just the one caterer, the one company who manufactures. You're given options. Think of Amazon. How many companies offer nail files? I mean, goodness gracious. If you're into collecting nail files, y'all could have some nail files, right? So that's what's really cool when you're doing that, when you're sourcing, is to get multiple quotes. No different than even if it's people to do the thing. It's still, there are people doing the thing, but it could even be products, it could be catering, it could be training, it could be construction. It's getting different quotes. What are the components to be considered when pricing? Your expenses. And when expenses are, let's take the catering. What is the catering company charging you? Do you have any expenses? Do you have expenses of, like, we use Bill.com? Are there expenses for you paying them in Bill.com? Are there other expenses that go into this? Is there travel? Who knows? And then you add a profit because you want to make sure you're profitable. Okay, terrific. We have more from Daily Hustle. I love this. This second contract was higher, and I was able to pay them the same rate as the first one, and the profit was more, but I ended up giving them a bonus once they completed the contract. I love that. This is another really good tip, because your goal is to create long-term relationships. So think about it. If you're told, oh, I'm going to get $20,000, you're like, oh, this is great. I'm getting $20,000. I'm doing work for the government. Like, you're telling your friends and family, right? Then on top of it, Daily Hustle's like, oh my God, you did such a great job. Here's an extra $500. What? You're giving me $500? They're going to be blown away, as they should be. This is a great, great strategy. We do this often. It could be money, it could be edible arrangements, it could be flowers. We do it all of the time, is providing some type of like unexpected bonus. There are times where I'll make it blatant, like, hey, I'll give some kind of commission if you do XYZ. But I like it when it's based on them and their natural just delivery of products and services. Okay. So yeah, I love that. Daily Hustles is great. I like a 20 to 50% profit. Not everything is 20 to 50%. I got a contract that I messed up and I'm not going to make any money. I mean, and that's my own fault for something that happened. So that's the goal. It's going to pay off in the long term though. It's a mistake. I mean, I make mistakes. I'm human. I'm not perfect. I'm in this game too. You know, I'm bidding on contracts. I gotta finish a proposal for a college. I mean, not perfect. Just letting you know. Sometimes I mess up. But you definitely want 20 to 50%. And I like to share this because I want you to realize that there's always something. There's always going to be something, no matter who you are. I've seen this with large corporations. Sometimes the things that they do, I'm like, oh my goodness, wow, I thought I was bad. Okay. How do you deal with taxes when purchasing? Well, the government doesn't pay for tax. So you have to figure that out. Usually tax is a cost of doing business. Often you can get a certificate that says that you're tax exempt, but it takes time to get that. Or you start some type of nonprofit and use that to do purchases for products, because then you wouldn't be taxed because you're a nonprofit. That's an option too. But check with a lawyer on that. Okay, good. KUEI. This is awesome. And thank you all for being here. I have to build confidence with the bids. Alan is best. And for everyone here, the confidence comes the more you do it, the more you win, the more you do it. That's where the confidence comes. It's like a combination. It's like you knowing you're going to be able to do it and then you doing it. That's where it comes, hands down. That's where it comes from. It's no different than anything else in life. I didn't even read this one, but I thought it'd be good. Oh, good. The same process for bidding can be used for anything in Unison. Once you sort out all the particulars of the project contract, you can start your bid at the highest amount and walk it back. I love that technique, Daily Hustle, because I know I took the technique, like I was trying to go really low, or I would get discouraged. I mean, I think I responded to the Oculus headsets, and then they canceled. They like redid it, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this. And then, I mean, that was years ago. That was back when I was married, y'all. I've been divorced now for almost 3 years. So I haven't been on anything on Unison. That's why I plan on doing it. Not tonight. I'm going to go to bed soon. And I appreciate, again, each and every one of you being here. I love this. So definitely Daily Hustle 365. Send me an email. Or if any of y'all have questions, feel free to send an email. But here's the deal. The best thing to do, winnerswaybook.com. If you haven't already got a copy, now's the time, because you're going to get bonuses immediately, checklists, videos, all kinds of things. It's a great thing to do. Also, if you haven't joined my Facebook group, please join my Facebook group. I'm going to give you the link here in 1 second. Just give me a moment to get this to you all. This is a great place to go. On the Facebook group, or in the Facebook group, I have current contracting officers, retired contracting officers, people there who have multi-million-dollar businesses, people who are just starting. So just because somebody doesn't post or say, hey, I'm a contracting officer, just know that they're there. And how do I know that they're there? Because I invited them to be part of the group. I know that they're there. So just keep that in mind. So remember that. And it's a great group because everybody wants to help. Let's see, quick, and then I'm going to go back because I know Daily Hustle said, I think Daily Hustle had something else too. Alan is best, cost price, local, profit, selling price. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I'm coming over from wholesaling real estate. Definitely see the similarities. Yeah. And the government buys real estate things. They lease buildings, they buy buildings, they have facility management, they have property management. If you're into real estate, USDA rural development is the go-to. They buy a lot of stuff around real estate and legal services for foreclosures. What would be the best franchise or existing business to buy that you can integrate into government contracting? Dale Carnegie. They love that kind of stuff. They love some Dale Carnegie. I mean, I don't know if Dale Carnegie is a franchise though. Existing business, I'd buy a government contracting company. Just buy one that already exists. Which information, Alan, is best? Excuse me, which one? Which information? Oh, good. Thank you, Matthew. Did you get to read the sample chapter I put in there? Yeah, the book is amazing. I kind of look at it like my mixtape because I'm going to release another book too. It's a nice outview. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. It's a nice overview. It outlines what I've done and what we do, but it's not something where it's like, you're like, I can't do this. This is too intense. Like, it's a nice book, but it's still applicable even if you've won contracts. That's one thing I really pride myself on, is that whether you're new to this, you've won contracts, or you've won millions in contracts, I'm here to help. So that's what this is about, because it's all about you. I'm here to meet you all where you are. Okay, shout out Jagged Edge. Yes. It's practical and funny. Good. I'm glad. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're getting married. Okay, great book cover. Oh, thank you. My graphic designer, Emojis, I'm sorry, I always butcher your name. He designed it. He's in the UK. He's amazing. He's the best graphic designer. For those of you who work with me in my coaching program, you get a free capability that he creates. And hear about that wholesale. Got my UEI. I've been looking at opportunities in SAM. I just need to equip myself with the knowledge. In Michigan, Kizzy, what about the link up for us? I know. Well, we got to link up soon. You got to come to Muskegon. Y'all got to come to Muskegon. If you're going to come to Muskegon, Michigan, we can do it. It might only be like 3 of us. Challenge, I believe, is the 3rd week of August. So I'll mention that too, since it came up here. Let's just give me a second, y'all. Because I hadn't planned on mentioning all of that. I really go into super blitz mode of, hey, this is what I got on my KSN, Kizzy Shopping Network, on Sundays. So if you haven't purchased the $7 guide, this is a great place to start. If you've already purchased it, then I'll give you guys the VIP and executive for the challenge. So during the challenge, it's 5 days. If you purchase an executive ticket, it's 1 hour. If you purchase VIP, it's 2. I cover everything that you need to know and do for federal government contracting so that you can close contracts for cash. It's good if you're just starting out. It's good if you've been in the space. I definitely will make an offer. So there are some of you that may not qualify for the offer, but guess what? For $97, you get me live for a week. Come on. For right now, the only thing I have for $97 is a jump start. So that's why it's a great opportunity. I'm going to I'll pull the other ones up. Let's see. I did the challenge, y'all. 10 out of 10. Oh, I love that. Chris. Love it there. Love it. You're the best. Thank you so much. Let's see. Many blessings to you, creating for the community. You're amazing. No, you're amazing, Daily Hustle. I personally, except for the one gentleman who's been messaging me, and I I don't know of anyone who's won on Unisom. Like David, who I've interviewed a couple times, I remember he was like, he's like, I'm a bid on some kosher potato chips, because he's like, I'm Jewish, I'm a bid on these. I was like, okay, David, you crack me up. But he didn't win. And it's like, but I understand, like if you are the main producer of kosher potato chips, you're going to be able to get them at a rate that we're not going to be able to get them at. I totally get it. Here, I'll give you the Facebook group link, and I'll give you the other 2 links. I digressed. So and also for those of you watching the restream, I'll put them in the chat. This is my very first time actually using a third-party platform. So I believe a lot of the chat that's going on right now, you may not be able to see. Look, I'm trying. So just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. So let me get the other 2 links for you all. Let me get that here. As I'm doing that, I'm going to just share some other stuff. So here are some good takeaways kind of to close everything here. Unisom has opportunities ranging in dollar value from $10,000, which is a micro purchase, all the way up. It's a great place to go. And shout out again to Daily Hustle for sharing their tips on what they did for catering, on the tip of you get multiple pricing or bids from whoever you're going to use as the vendor, that when you submit your pricing into Unisom, you want it on the higher side, so then you can come down. So you can go from lagging to leading, right? Because that's where you want to be. You want to be in the lead. And so those are some things that you definitely want to do. And I love that, because if not, you're going to start way too low, and you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy of not making money. So that's not the goal. You don't want to do that. I would say the only time you ever want to do something like that is if you're like, look, I just really want to win a contract. I mean, I guess if that's something that you're really adamant about, I guess. I mean, I just think that's not the best approach. So that's for the $97 for you, box office. That's right here. It's a big old link. It's a crazy link. So it's in the chat. I think I pinned it. Didn't even know. Okay, I pinned a message, so it's there. And yeah, I love Daily Hustle's energy too. And let me get you all the other 2 checkout links, and then I'm going to call it a night. Because while there are micro purchases, meaning opportunities under $10,000, there is not a place to go. I have found from personal experience, our micro purchases come through relationships. But there are opportunities on Unisom, on SAM, where it may be less than $10,000, because maybe the government thinks, oh, well, this is going to cost $25,000. Let's just put it on SAM. I know we're just going to have to do it anyways. And maybe somebody lowballs it and puts in $10,000. Oh, another good website, as I'm pulling this up. And let me know if any of you have heard of the Government Publishing Office. Government Publishing Office. Let me know if you've heard of that office before. Government Publishing Office. That's for the executive seat. I like VIP. VIP always better. You get the recordings for life. Plus, I always throw in bonuses. That's VIP for $297. Has anyone here heard of the Government Publishing Office? I know, tons of links. Okay, so box office did. I'm going to do my final screen share. This website right here allows you to sign up as a vendor, and what they buy is a variety of printed goods. It can be bags, it could be pens, it could be koozies, I don't know. And you follow the instructions here, and many of these purchases may be under $10,000. There is a gentleman by the name of Steve who does a lot of work through this platform because he happens to be in like the advertising publishing business and started doing this, and in a few months he got $100,000 in government contracts. And I had him speak to my coaching group, and what I learned from him was that not only are there different opportunities for you, you see the vendors, all the how-to stuff, but they also publish the pricing. So you can see, oh, they wanted a specific pen with a name on it. The company who won it before, they got it at 15 cents a pen. Okay, is there any way you could get it at a better deal? And you can see their name, you can see the different companies who bid. So this I like to equate to Amazon drop shipping, that kind of a thing, because the only exception is it's a lot of things like this: pens, pencils, bags. And also he has shared that a lot of them get their items from Alibaba, and the government will ask for an image and where you're getting it from. So nobody's trying to pull an okey doke or anything like that. Hey, what's up? Look at that, deeds and liens. So I bring this up because this is a very overlooked option. And I encourage you, if you're into printing and all of that kind of stuff, get registered with them. I see that, Box Office said he got registered. He has to submit his W-9. I say, why not? I mean, if this is of interest, why not? Am I going to do it? I'm personally, it's not for me, but just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for you. That's what's beautiful about government contracting, is it's your company. You get to decide what you sell, how your company is set up. You get to do all of that kind of stuff. Okay, you can't see who else is bidding, but as you walk your price back, lowering your bid, keep in mind, as you lower your bid, you are lowering your profit margin, so that if your price is too low for you to make any money. Got it. I really like that, because that's such a great point. And this is for Unison. So I just shared my thoughts on gpo.gov. But for those of you who want to go on Unison, Daily Hustle has one work on Unison, so which is awesome. And this is a great tip of starting higher and then going lower. But keep in mind, you don't want to go too low. Then it's like, man, why am I doing all this? This sucks. I ain't making any money. Like, you don't want that, right? You don't want that at all. So keep that in mind. And here's the other thing I want to highlight from Daily Hustle's remark. You can't see who else is bidding. And that's common, Who is this? This is Lil Rel. What? Did I catch her live? Is this real? Yeah, but I'm going to bed. So I know, but you can watch a restream, and I got to make sure it's set up. This is my first time doing it through a third-party platform, so I got to make sure everything is set up, because I don't know if I did it right. Okay, what else is this? A profit, you should, so talk about a profit, and you should more to the next one because it's still lagging below the price you're comfortable with. It's not worth moving toward that bid. So basically, if your price is still lagging, and in order for you to potentially get into the lead, you got to lower it so where you don't have a profit, it's not worth it, which I agree with. It's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all. You know what it reminds me of? Freaking it's because remember, this is a reverse auction. It reminds me of that something of eBay. Oh, good. I'm glad you're familiar with GPO. It's a good place. It's a good place. You know, Steve in my Facebook group made $100,000 in like three months. $100,000 in revenue. I don't know what his profit is. I'm just letting you know what he said he sold. But it reminds me of like eBay, where I would go on there and try to do like, I don't know if it was called buy it now. I don't remember what the option was. So I would put like, oh, I know what it was. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I know what it was. I totally know what it was. I was buying Kim Kardashian's clothes. I know. But I did. And they were legit. So Kim's a Princess, I believe is her handle on eBay, because when she first, one of her big things was she was selling clothes on eBay and had a store, and she was like a stylist for like Paris Hilton and stuff. So on Kim's page, like let's say I was bidding on this jacket, and then it would like, so I'd put a price. I'm like, oh, this is a good price, but then it would like, so I would see the price. Let's say the price, these weren't super expensive Kim items, but let's say the price was like $150. And so I'm like, oh, I want to make a bid. And then it would like automatically up it a certain amount of money. So I was like, dang, like my bid wasn't like $151. It would up it a certain amount. So I was like, man, so I didn't want to increase it too often because I knew it was going to really jump up there. And unless it was something that I really, really wanted, I was very hesitant. And then bots took over. And so I remember getting a message, I believe it was from her team, because this was like for her nonprofit. And I was like the legit highest bidder on one of her items, and they asked me if I still wanted it, because these bots would just come in and then they artificially increase the prices, because remember, every time you would go, it would increase it. The reason I bring this up is because Unisom is very similar. It's just the opposite, right? So you don't want to go in there and you're like, oh, I want to get into the lead, and then next thing you know, your 20% profit is 10%, and then it's 7%, and then it's 4, and then it's maybe 1. So just be careful, because it's tantalizing. It's like, oh, the thrill, like, oh, I could win. Like, I mean, I'm just letting you know, just letting you know. Hopefully that made sense, y'all. Hopefully it made sense. So winnerswaybook.com, check those out. Also, get a seat, VIP always better in the challenge. Definitely go there. An executive seat, still amazing. It's better than nothing. And I think that's all I got for you guys. You guys are amazing. So keep, Joseph, the best place to start is learning. That's the best place, is to learn. The best place. Watch and read and listen to everything around government contracting. That's what it's about. I didn't miss my alarm. Oh, that's okay, Leon. This was impromptu. I may put a scheduled thing on there, because I'll have Kizzy Shopping Network on Sunday. Yes, I will. I'll have Kizzy News Network Thursday. Yes, I will. So, and I may schedule more. I plan on doing more of these, is what I would like to do. So I appreciate every one of you. So big takeaways, go on Unisom. Remember, there's no micro purchase website. We've been on here a long time. I adore each and every one of you. Don't be upset. Don't worry. Y'all know everything is possible. Y'all know I'll be back. And again, for those of you just joining or watching the restream, Dr. Kizzy Parks, join the Facebook group. Learn. That's what's important, is learn, no matter where you are. Thank you all for being awesome. Thank you. I love your UEI Cage Code video series. Awesome. The book or the course to dip your toe in, all of it, get all of it. Learn as much as possible. One thing that I like that Alex Hormozy and his wife talk about is first starting out to invest all this money in learning. There's also this dude, Justin. I don't know Justin's last name. He's out of Wisconsin and he has a ton of real estate. And I remember reading that was something, I think he did it when he was in college and maybe after he graduated college. He was just constantly reading. Myron Golden, he talks about in his book, From Trash Man to Cash Man, he talks about like when he had the job as the trash man, he would listen to all these motivational tapes and he would listen to all these things over and over and over and over and over again. And I can't speak enough of it. I have a ton of mentors. I'm constantly listening to things. I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly reading because I'll be better and better. I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's why I'm here. That's why I have the channel. That's why I have GovCon winners. Because I don't want y'all to make these mistakes that I do and to learn from the mistakes that I make. I'm trying not to make as many. And so I'm constantly doing the same thing. So I'm even in group for YouTube. So with that, keep learning, keep showing up, keep being here. Y'all are amazing. Till next time.